How y'all doing, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in to the Anger Management Podcast. This here is a special show dedicated to the one and only Funny Bone. That's
Oh man,
yeah, brother.
That,
We are putting together. He put together this comedy show called the Clean Getaway Comedy Show, and we have some of the comedians that's part of the comedy show that's right here. Well, of course, Funny Bone is part of his experience, but then we also have the one and only Lady AJ that's right next to him. How you doing, Lady AJ?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hey. And then right next to Lady AJ, we have the one and only Miss Jenn Weeks.
Yes.
Hey. And then, of course, we got Funny Bone. How you doing, Funny Bone?
Man, what's good, man? What's happening?
Oh, nothing. So before we get started, this is kind of be like interview based, but of course, we can have some fun and make it light throughout the entire process. So as far as the Clean Getaway Comedy Show, how did you end up coming up with that? And then also, how did you know what comedians you wanted to work with while putting together your show?
Man, truthfully, on a Clean Getaway, I wanted to put a night together where people just get out the house, come have a good time, no cuss words, none of that. Just enjoying yourself and having a good time, right? As far as the comments, honestly, the comments that be around me, those are ones that I feel on the stage and off the stage. Everybody who perform with me, we actually have a good core of people who with us, but we also have a good relationship. From yourself, Lady AJ, Miss Jenn, Chip, AJ, a lot of us been performing together for a while because it's very important that you kind of feel who you on stage with, man. Because you inside this business, man, sometimes, man, you can't work with everybody, man.
Correct.
So
That is true.
So it's one of them things there.
So amongst you all three, give me the time frame that you all have been doing comedy for. We'll start with Jenn. How long you been doing comedy for, Jenn?
Oh, gosh. I did my first show in 2010. What year is this?
2026.
16 years.
16 years. Oh, look, I did one show and then I ain't do it again until 2012. So I say like 14 years.
14. All right. What about you, Lady AJ?
About 15. Gonna go ahead and round off.
Round off. You rounding up or rounding down?
I'm rounding.
Rounding.
Right at it.
Right at it. Yeah. And what about you, Bone?
Man, mine's actually close to 20 years. Started at the Comedy Zone and went to school with Fred Posen, man. So it's been a while, man. Been a long time.
Okay.
But I started out cussing like a seller, man. I cussed every chance I got, man. I had to say a cuss word. Man, the cuss words made the joke sound so good, man. So I started out doing that with at the Comedy Zone, man. And then after that, I started doing clean comedy. One of the first clean shows I did was when I met Lady AJ and was out of town.
That was your first one?
That was one
Wow.
of the first ones. Was out of town, and that was in Cocoa, right?
Yeah, we did Cocoa and Titusville.
Yeah, that was Cocoa
we
and
did.
Titusville, man. So that was one of the first shows. I was trying it out right
Wow.
then. That was when I was switching over right during that time when I met Lady AJ at that time right there. Out of town. We was out of town,
Dang,
man.
I never knew that. 'Cause
Yep.
if I would have met you back then, we would have been friends. I was same. So if you would have come,
Yeah, man. Yep. We was out of town in Cocoa and Titusville.
Oh, man.
Yep, absolutely. It was a while back.
So I ain't gonna even tell you. I guess I'm a fish out of water. Cause
What's that?
I missed the 3 C's of comedy. I do all 3 of them. So yeah, unfortunately, I know how to govern myself. But
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
I still cuss from time to time.
Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Amen.
I may start. I feel like y'all ain't hearing me.
As long as you don't do it on the fifth.
I might need to start. Yeah, because some of y'all act like y'all don't understand English.
Well, listen, there was this.
Hey, some people make you do want to cuss though. I ain't lying to you. They do make you
I
want
might
to
just
cuss.
start. I might just try one day.
No, you know what? Listen, you don't have to try it. You got friends. You got friends that will gladly do it for the free.
Yeah.
I be sitting here writing some jokes sometimes. I'm finna send this to a customer.
Man.
Right. Absolutely.
So as far as the show goes, John, what's the hardest part about putting together a show like this, with it being clean, and then of course you don't have a social media presence.
I knew it was coming.
So how is it that you're able to pretty much sell out a show like this without being on your Facebook and Instagram? You've been an inspiration. So how you do it?
Man, honestly, man, I what I can say is this. I think everybody have a gift, and I think with a gift, I look at a gift is like a steak, right? It's like a good steak. But I also look at your character is what plate is on. And if you serving your gift on a paper plate, then a lot of people ain't gonna support you. So a lot of times what I try to do is make sure my character is up with my gift. Everybody that know me personally from the comments or whatever, they know I'm very communicative. I communicate highly, you know what I'm saying? And I care the whole nine. So I think by my gift, I'm also letting them know that I got a good channel where also, right? So by doing that there, that kind of makes people want to flock to you. That makes people want to, you know, come close to you because they not only see you gifted, but they also see that you got real good plates too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, sometimes we rely so much on our gift, you know, and we serving our gift on a paper plate, and we ain't understanding why people ain't coming to me, why people not coming to me. So I've been able to kind of like have my gift to a point and say, you know what, I want my character to kind of like match my gift. And if I can get my character to match my gift, then, hey, God will make a way for me. And that's what he's been doing, man, seriously. And everybody had their own way, their own style of how they choose to do it. But honestly, man, I see if you serve that gift on a good paper, on a good plate, you're going to be all right. I just think sometimes people rely so much on their gift that they don't care what plate they serve it on. And then that's how you lose out with people.
See, that's kind of like the analogy that Cliff Huxtable gave to Dampness
Yep.
On the Cosby Show.
Yep.
He was like, listen, what kind of food you like? And
Yep,
Dampness said,
yep.
man, I like steak
Yep,
and
yep.
potatoes with some
Yeah.
greens. And
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, all of that is good, but we serve it up
Yeah.
on a garbage can. Later. It don't
Exactly.
sound all that good.
Exactly.
It
It don't. It don't.
So, now, for you, Lady AJ, you said you've been doing comedy for roughly around 15 years. While doing comedy, what kind of experiences have you had, you know what I'm saying, on the positive side of the
I'm
game?
gonna
You
say
know what I'm saying?
all of them. I've had all of them, all of the experiences. But I think one of the most memorable experiences I've had, and aside from the money that helps me live in this economy, was one time after doing comedy, someone gave me a handwritten letter to share how much my comedy helped them going through something they had went through. And that was something, you know, people don't take time to write letters anymore. They may send an email, they may even send a text, they may even do a post. But for her to take the time to write a handwritten letter just to say how much your comedy helps. So that's one of the best experiences, seeing the outcome, that we're not just on stage, seeing the purpose behind what we do, that we're not just jesters. This is a science, this is a skill. And when you see that what your gift is actually helps people's lives change.
That's
know,
right. That's
we
right.
do stuff pastors can't do.
That's
No,
right.
not the pastors, because, you know, I got
That's
that
right.
side too. But we do things that it just goes further. Because you can open and you can open people up a lot more with laughter than you can with other things.
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of like food, music, and laughter. If you can do one of those three, you're gonna help impact people, whether you want to or not.
Right.
And the difference is the comedians that I work with, and yourself included, we want to. We want to make that impact. It's not just about the money or being seen. We actually are called gifted, skilled, studied, experienced in this.
That's right.
So we get to see positive outcomes, and that's one of the biggest blessings for me, to see the outcome, to see people in the audience grieving but cracking up laughing.
Right.
And you know that's a blessing.
That's good, little sis.
That's deep.
That's good.
That's real
Yeah.
deep. I'm about to.
Hey, but truthfully, the even piggyback on what Lady AJ is saying too. I'm not saying this because we comics. I think our profession is one of the hardest, and I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because if a gospel singer was having some personal issues right now, they can blend that inside their song. They can say, "I'm going through it right now, y'all. Oh my God, y'all," and all that, and they could blend it inside their song. We can't do that. We can't say, "Hey, going through it right now, y'all," but oh my God, they're gonna be like, "Bro, really?"
Just had a funeral
So,
this
yeah.
morning, but
you know,
I had this contract was already
exactly.
done. We
So
don't
our
understand.
our job is a lot complicated than a lot of people, bro, because our job is to literally make people laugh. Sometimes we be going through so much stuff, right? And we can't even bring it on stage. You know what I'm saying? Because we are expected to make people laugh. And so being a comic, man, sometimes, man, we be going through depression and all that stuff, man. You'll be surprised what a lot of comics go through. But they know at 7 o'clock or whatever showtime, I got to leave all that behind and perform and make everybody else laugh, while sometimes on the inside, we be crying, you know?
Hey, listen, you already know my story.
Absolutely.
Yo, it's crazy how, like, sometimes that stage is like a place of
It's like
therapy.
therapy.
at times.
Absolutely.
It's like therapy to us.
Absolutely.
It
Oh, yeah.
is. It is.
Definitely.
Man. So Jen, sis, word on the street is that you wanted me to talk lightly to you. So
Don't give me too
you
much.
thought I wasn't gonna say
I
nothing.
thought you wasn't, but since we're
Yeah,
here,
so
I'm down like 5 pounds. So y'all
Okay.
talk to me real slim, okay? If your tone is plus size, I'm not even gonna acknowledge you, okay?
Plus size too.
Very robust. I can't keep it
Take
very.
some of that aggression out.
Yeah,
and
take
some
some
of
of
the
the
richness
bass
out of your voice.
Yeah, we can't. Very slim.
I need to talk a little bit more Caucasian for you.
Yeah, because if you talk too rough, I mean, I could just blow away, if your tone is so rough, because I'm so slim now, so.
So Jen, you've been like rocking with me since I was at the Comedy Zone.
Day
right?
one, okay.
And when I was there, we had a situation where a comic was saying, "Well, I didn't think he was gonna make it," and so I ended up going back to the Comedy Zone, ain't invite nobody, and took a whole new set. Now, have you had experience with comics like doubting your skills?
That's good.
Probably not to my face that I know of, but I'm sure they have. But I don't.
They don't say it around my face neither.
Not that I know of, not that I've heard. You know what? I've been to a show and been on stage, and after I got off stage, somebody has told me about other comics talking about me literally at my show.
Whoa.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I thank God that I'm real, baby. I don't be caring about none of that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
not the focus. Because 2 things people gonna always do: have audacity and something to say. So I'm just
Absolutely.
let them,
Absolutely.
But not that, to my knowledge, outside of that, no.
No,
Yeah.
everything's been copacetic.
Yeah, you know what? It honestly has. And y'all know I ain't super deep, but I feel like I could do a lot of different stuff. I can sing, I can bake cakes, all this stuff. But this comedy thing,
Yeah.
I did not want to do this. I had real self-esteem issues, so I didn't want to be on stage. I didn't want nobody to look at me. If you want me to do radio, I can do that because can't nobody see me. But I hate it. I'm like, God, ain't nothing else you can get me to do. But I realized, okay, it's His will, and I'm gonna have to do this. But I realized the importance of it. So, child,
So you think that helped you with that self-esteem issue? Like, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It surprises me sometimes. People be like, oh my God, you have so much self-esteem and you're on that stage. I ain't got no choice. It's almost like how Funny Bone said, you could be going through something, you could be crying on the inside. Like, y'all don't know what I'm really feeling, but I'm not finna present that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I gotta come and bring my A game because it's bigger than me.
Absolutely.
Some people out here, like even how AJ said, Lady Roll her letter, this lady told me that me posting videos and making her laugh helped her through depression when she was out of work for like a year. Like, I'm like that. I don't need 1 million followers. I don't need all that. But if I'm able to help somebody, I know I ain't for everybody, but God ain't give us this gift for no reason because He ain't have nothing else to do. You know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
if somebody can get help, if somebody can get hope, then I'm good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
That's clear.
great.
hallelujah.
And even to add on to that, man, people don't realize how important laughter is. Because if you look at right now, if you go to a homegoing service and you look at the program and the people that's supposed to speak as a brother, as a sister, as a neighbor, as an auntie, their job is really to make everybody laugh. Believe it or not, their job is to make you smile. That's really their job. Their job is to talk about. They're gonna say, "Now y'all know how Mama was, y'all, right?" And everybody start laughing, right? That's let you know what laughter do. And after that happened, what happened? The mood changes. Everybody feel relaxed a little bit, right? That lets you know how important laughter is. Laughter is almost everywhere, but most importantly, is laughter is needed at a homegoing service. That should let you know, son, how powerful laughter is. And truthfully, it's really like medicine because everybody that's on that program to speak, they're on that program to make you laugh some kind of way. Because when I got on program to talk about my brother, the first thing I said is he owed me some money. Right? And everybody started laughing but my mama. My mama ain't laughing on it. She didn't think that was funny. She was real mad. She's still mad now, but I ain't care. You know what I mean? But the thing of it was, man, that's the thing that how important it is to embrace laughter, man, and even with comics, man, to have the gift to make you laugh. And one thing that people don't understand about comedy is it's an art because what may work today may not work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I know.
See, if you're an artist that sings songs, everybody know the type song you're gonna sing, they're gonna sing it with you. But being a comic, you
wanna
can
hear
rock
the
that.
same.
You can rock the house yesterday on a joke, and today tell the same exact joke. People just looking at you.
Hey, listen,
Right.
And it happens. It happens.
This past weekend I opened up for Burpee at the Comedy Zone, right? So the 7 o'clock Saturday show, man, I killed it.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run the same thing. 10 o'clock, man, it was like
Crickets.
pulling teeth.
Cricket. Yeah.
At the 10 o'clock show,
It's
and
crazy.
I told him, I was like, listen, hey, y'all didn't do the first part of the rules. Y'all ain't drinking.
Art. Hey, it's an art,
Proud.
man. Yeah, it's different, man. Doing comedy, man. It's a total different animal, man. You
sure
gotta,
is.
and then you have to know how to tell a joke, to pull out of a joke.
If it ain't going
Have to know
right,
how
okay.
to improv and a
Read
lot
the
of
room.
things. And say if you got somebody that's a heckler,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta know how to shut them up. You know, so there's a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah,
when you talk about doing comedy, man.
Yo.
Because hecklers take me to another level. I have to personally annoy them and let them, or just kind of give a signal to somebody. Because if I go in, I'm not coming back. So I just be like, oh, you really?
Exactly.
I did it once, and I was like, God is not pleased.
Yeah.
No
I was
glory.
like,
I mean, because they want to be part of the show
Yeah.
anyway, so you might as well give it to them,
and
right?
that wasn't my norm. Like, it's in me. Like, I grew up roasting people, like, at the house, but I've tried to use my platform
Yeah.
somewhat professional and not
Right.
go there.
Right.
But just kept talking and just kept. And I was like, and then my family not quite set up for that. They don't understand jokes. So, like, my cousins and them, they reaching. And they shuffling. And I'm just like, this ain't
gonna
heckler's
cut.
not really for me. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna ignore you like
Yeah.
like you got Tourette's. I'm gonna be there one Lindo maybe that day because I'm gonna keep my honor in my class
Girl, you
because
better
I
say
go
it.
for the judge. That's one of the reasons why I'm a clean comedian. God, keep me here, keep me right here. Because if I ever tip over,
Yeah.
baby, I'm diving all the way in.
going
It's just
You going off.
Yeah,
You going
it ain't.
off. You going
It's
off.
hot or cold for me.
Right.
So yeah, heckler, I'm gonna take it where you came from.
Well, I thought you would have a little grace. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you got to.
You know, you get that. All right. After that, I don't have no more grace.
That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
So for the ladies on the show, ladies, this question is for you. How has it been? Because we've been on a couple of shows. Well, I'm not a lady, but we've been on a couple of shows with Funny Bone. But I want you all's opinion. How has it been working with Funny Bone over these years?
Oh man.
It has been. Listen.
Oh man. Here you go.
He sets the bar. Okay. It has been good. Not only is he good on stage and he makes sure the entertainment part is taken care of, but the business part is taken care of. And I've done so many shows with him. One time was the last time we did the show. You know, he gonna pay you before you the show. You ain't there like, all right, now look, counting the seats, making sure they full. Like he ain't. You seen him go in the back yet? He ran to his car. Like it's none of that. And I think one time we did a show together. Whenever the last time we did the show, he gave me, he'll give us a bag and have the envelope in it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like for me, I trust him, so I ain't gonna count the money. He said, hey, you count your money? I said, no, you good. He said, sis, count your money. Like he's about the business, so he makes sure it's good on both sides, on stage and behind the stage, and respectable. Like he's about his business, and there ain't never no foolishness, especially for. In a male-female kind of relationship, especially, because some of them be on some tomfoolery, but it's always legit. It's always on board. It's always on the level, and I feel like he set the standard. How like watching him, I'm like, you know what? Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's always a good experience. Always, he takes very good care of us.
Very.
And you, lady?
He's been my brother since day one. Like he said, when we met in Coco, it's been since then. Me, him, his wife sat there and ate wings our first night.
We did.
And talked about the promoter actually.
Yeah, we did. Talk bad about him.
Talked about it bad. I hope you're
real
watching.
bad.
And
Wow.
you good? Only reason I'm not saying your name is I'm on Leroy platform. But if I was on my page, your name would be out there. But I'm gonna respect his platform because
All right.
it is what it is. But back to my
care.
brother, he's been just integral since day one. And it's always just been straightforward. He to me, I know this sounds silly. I don't really promote nobody like that, but he is the Chick-fil-A. He is the Chick-fil-A of comics because he's going to make sure that customer service is on point. He's texting us once a week, giving us updates. No, I'm being serious because I've had people have over text and I just be like, what do you want? My money's still the same. I don't care how many tickets you sold. I'm paid. But his texts are informative. They're just it's like that. that CEO, that quarterback, that coach, he's constantly huddling the team. He's constantly giving you updates. No one is ever left in the dark where you don't know what's going to happen. He lets you know from day one the lineup, what the expectations are, when to come. He's always much more ahead of the game. Absolutely. And like I said, we are paid, glory to God, a day in advance. Not only does he pay us, he feeds us. Like,
I'm talking about Last Supper.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to perform tomorrow if I eat all this food. Like, he literally lays a table before us, and it's just like you see so many godly attributes in him. That's why I know that this is his ministry. How he treats people. You know, a lot of people call ministry you got to have a title and all that, but he has treated me better than some pastors, some bishops, some apostles and chiefs and all these titles y'all make up. He's treated me better than a lot, because about 85% of what I do is in the church, and so I've done every denomination, and he's treated me better than 75% of these pastors.
Wow.
And their teams. So hospitable. He sets the bar with dressing. We were talking about when we went. I gotta change my whole outfit. We was coming business casual, and he's sharing what he was. So he makes us step our game up, because I am more than comfortable being cute in some heels, a t-shirt, and some jeans, and then he comes out in a blazer, and we're just like, oh dang.
Right.
So we got to put some clothes. So he just sets the bar. He sets the bar. He sets the tone. And we know it's genuine. We know it's love. Even how he treats his family. That right there alone, the way he loves on his wife in front of everybody, the way he loves on his sons, his grandkids. He's that dude. You know, like I said, he's a brother for real. And he know he can always call me. I'm going to always be on his show. Thanks. If he ever has a show and doesn't invite me, I'm going to really I'm going to show my whole tail. Because that's my brother.
Completely.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
So
right.
it is
Absolutely.
what it is.
Hey,
and he always does it. It don't matter what he might be going through. The text, sis, good
Listen,
morning.
yes.
Hey. And like, he texted me the other day, and I don't know what time it was. I was busy doing something. I was kind of like, it had been a long day. But he texted, hey, sis, good evening.
You
How you
feel
doing?
his energy through the
yes.
text.
Da 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 da. Love you.
Yeah.
Like, it's always. I was like, always in a good mood. Even when he's mad, he's smiling.
Even tonight, I was like, yo, I ain't used to doing that on Tuesday. I been there went on autopilot and came straight home after work. Yo, so give me a wake up call. And absolutely, don't forget.
Right. Because I think I texted him. I was like, all right, I'll see you later. He said, I'll see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yes. So every little thing. He's just like I said, he's the big brother that we need in the industry. He's a big brother. He's a male that I trust, because I see how like I said, how he treats his mom, how he treats his wife. So he's someone that I trust personally. So it's easy to do business with him.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I know the first show that I got put on, it was he outdressed everybody on the show.
Absolutely.
And I had on just a plaid shirt and a baseball cap. So I know I was underdressed compared to everybody else. You know what I mean? But no, man. Me and Funny Bone, I enjoy the fact that now he's part of like my inner circle.
Yep.
And we talking everything, man.
Yep.
So he always dropping jewels and stuff. But he's that brother that I have in my corner that can always pull my coattail.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So he holds me accountable for a lot of stuff. So he's good at texting, where I am. That's one of my shortcomings is texting. Right. So Funny Bone came to me at the house at one of the podcasts. He was like, listen here, bro. That's it. And then he was like, come here, bro. Let me holler at you for a minute. He was like, He was like, now, let me. I sent that text.
That's him.
Yeah, I be like, you know what? But ever since he came to me, man, I was like, okay, I've been good with my text. He texted me like, let me go ahead. So
you gotta send a thumbs up, or something.
Call. Hey,
like, hey, you ain't get my text? Yeah, it's like I said, I respect him so much. I try not to get in trouble, because the one time he had to hold me accountable and call me out, and I was like, dang. He said, nah, sis.
He gonna come see me though.
So and he had to say what we had to say, but because it was coming from him, I respected it, and it was an area I really needed to improve in. Hey, I was making excuses because she know how I am. I ain't know. My no is my no. He was like, but sis, you probably need to think about, like, you know, so he definitely holds us accountable. And, you know, I love that about him because most people, you can't walk up to a comedian and say, hey, you probably should have did this. But he's built that relationship and earned that space to be able to say that kind of stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And, man, I say this here, too, man, and I appreciate you guys, man. I always wanted to work on different loves, and one of the main love that I really wanted to calculate was unconditional love, to love people in a way of unconditionally, right? To love people at the highest type love. And also understand that the first shall be last, the last shall be first. If you put people in front of you, they're going to make sure when your time comes that you're going to be good. So a lot of times when I do my big shows and I make sure I take care of everybody else on Friday, they're going to make sure bone well taken care of on Saturday. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But sometimes you got to be willing to put people in front of you. You see what I'm saying? But if you do it the right way, they're going to make sure when it's your time to eat, you know what I'm saying, you're going to eat good. So that's why on when I have my shows the day before, I make sure people get paid ahead of time because I'm a comic too, right? And man, it's no lie, man. Man, when we do these shows, man, sometimes, bro. And the joker that see you saying to yourself, because I'm the kind of person, I like being paid upon arrival. When you see me, that's when you see me. You see what I'm saying? And bro, I done did shows before. I done rocked the house and everything. I'm waiting to be paid. Everybody busting down tables and stuff and all that.
Yeah, right now.
And I said, man, I don't understand that. And I said, man, if I ever start doing my shows, I'm going to treat people the way I want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Because as being a comic, man, I ain't lying. Because we already thinking about our jokes. But on the back of our mind, we thinking about, is this joker going to pay me? And that's the last thing, man, that you really want to think about. Is your money. And I ain't lying, man. And we, man, I done been to a point, man, that I done did a show. The show was over. The man came to me and said, hey, can I pay you next Friday? I said the show is the day. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, people really don't understand. A lot of times, man, you know, we go through a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, it's a lot, man. And so I always say it when I do my shows, I'm going to make sure everybody paid ahead of time, on top of which make sure everybody paid real well, too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about, man. It's about spreading the love, man. And so that's what I enjoy doing when I first started doing the Funny Bone Experience, man. I had a competition, comedy competition. And trying to help people out, you know, to branch out or whatever, to do their thing. But my main thing, what I always say, I'll never fly anybody inside my state, in my city, because we got people right here that can do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real, and it's proven. You know what I'm saying? And then I always stuck by that. I stuck by, man, that people that's close to me who I can touch, that's who I'm going to rock with. And that's the way I always did.
Man, see, there was this accountability part. Like that you and I had, right? Like when I first did the show, I did good. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Then Funny Bone calls me up and was like, man, I want you to be on this other show. And I was like, all right, cool. So I go do the other show and I'm clean, but I'm not so clean. I'm a tad bit under the weather with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say it, but you know, but the cool part about it is it was like he came and like Lady AJ said, he pulled my coat. It was like, listen, bro, that one joke you did. And I was like, I felt like it might was like, you should have felt it a little more. Felt it in your spirit. I know God might have been tugging on you. You know, but no, it's just the fact that you have that ability with the people that's in your circle. First thing I want to do is I commend you for at least working with the comedians that's here in the city.
Facts, man. Absolutely.
That's a big thing.
That's what it's about. It's our city.
Now, as far as working with them, I know I was doing the Signal 27 show, and I had to weed through a lot of comedians.
Facts. Yeah,
to get to the comedians who was like dedicated for the show. Now, how did you go by choosing the comics that you wanted to work with on an annual basis?
Man, honestly, you know, when I have my comics who roll with me, first of all, we all professionals. I done did shows for you, did shows for you. Jen put me on shows, I put them on shows. So everybody's professionals, but on my particular stage, on how I rock my platform, is basically is gift and character. You know, because to me, character plays a big part, because at the same time, man, you know, although everybody is performing individually, but it's also like a relay race. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have people trying to rub people the wrong way and things like that. And I've been there before when I first got started in the Comedy Zone. Man, I had jokers coming to me who was probably headlining. They'll tell you what joke not to tell. And you probably been there before, Leroy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you what joke not to use and different things like that. And you're like, hey, man. So it's really a gift and character, man. And so I really weeded out a whole bunch of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a lot of them. But then after a while, man, I said, man, you know, I got a core group that we can rock the house with. And people who never been to our shows, man, no lie. These shows sell out every time we do it. Just no lie. The shows sell out every time. And here's the thing. We all right here in the 904. And you got people that fly people in, bro. And I'm going to just be 100. I was going to sell out quickly. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. And so that just lets you know that we got it right here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who do shows around here, whatever the case may be, trust me, bro, they came through Funny Bone, man. I ain't lying to you, I promise you. But one thing I do learn, man, I have learned, is that, man, when you love people and you show love towards other comments and all that, they gonna look out for you as well. And so that's what we all do, man. That's what we all do, is look out for one another, man. And we've been having fun doing it, man. From Lady AJ, man, I like seeing her jokes, man. You know, she funny, man. You know, Crane real funny. She has a real good comic inside herself, because how she could sing and improv and stuff, the whole nine, man. And you know, she straight bring it. I love, honestly, man, I love working aside of Lady AJ and Jen. I really love working aside of them, because sometimes, man, you do want comments that's on your tab that can push you. You know what I'm saying? You do want to be pushed too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us want to be pushed. Like, I wonder what Lady AJ gonna do. I wonder if she gonna do this joke here, because
I'm not doing that joke, y'all. You trying to get me canceled.
You know what I'm saying? Jen. So Jen. I wonder if Jen gonna say this. Leroy, I wonder if he gonna do this. AJ, I wonder he gonna do this. I wonder what Chip gonna do. I wonder what Mr. Charlie gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And all that. I wonder who Mr. Charlie gonna pick on and all that, man. So it's just one of them things, man, that when you have people and you feel it, that's cheering for one another. That's different, because I done shows before, man, that people going behind me or whatever, they going against me. Like, bro, hey, we on the show together. Come on, let's rock it. So when you got people that's with you, that's cheering for one another, the whole nine, man, and then when you see us together, man, on the night before the show, and you see us laughing and talking and all that there, eating,
So don't forget the groceries.
Hey, absolutely, man. And then when we get there early on Saturday, we all take a group picture together, the whole nine, man. And it's what she tripping, man. It's one of them things, man, that I truthfully, man, I really enjoy. The one thing about social media, I got on social media a long time ago. I did. I got on a long time ago. It was way a long time ago.
MySpace.
I think of MySpace.
It was MySpace, y'all.
He was on MySpace.
He was on Black Planet and most.
It was long. It was a long time ago. I got off her.
That man was in the chat room.
But truthfully, everybody had their own style. Mine's is pretty much like Bentley. Bentley don't have no commercials. Bentley don't have no billboards. But I look at, if you be valuable, you ain't got to say a word. God gonna make sure people already know. And so I just kept going by that, because I felt that if I keep putting a good product out there, I felt that God was gonna make a way, and that's what He been doing, man. So I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have people, man, on my side, Lady AJ, Ms. Jen, a whole bunch of others, man. But one of the reasons why I want to bring the girls on first, man, because this is real talk. You very rarely see female comedians bringing it. And that's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you both know that, Leroy. You know, to see female comedians doing their thing, that's different. That's real different because it take a lot of more work, man. And seeing what they do, man, I applaud y'all for what y'all do. And I say that all the time. I say, man, being a female comic has to be hard. But so I want to ask y'all two a question. What's challenging about being a female comic? Like, you know, like what's the challenges that y'all see?
Ugly men thinking we want them.
What?
She said
What?
I said ugly men thinking we want them. You know,
Well, I
holding on to
apologize in
things.
advance.
I just be like, what? You thought that was to you? You know, out here telling jokes and you, I'm hush because he got a ticket.
I get out with you.
Special
What
shout
you
out.
think, sis?
You know what? I think the hardest thing is, well, when I first started, getting the respect of your peers, and especially for male comics to look at you as, okay, you're a comedian, and not I pay you, but they want to pay you in penis and not
And
money.
tail,
You know,
yeah,
like
like,
I've had those.
you know, yeah.
I've had those experiences, but I think now they know not to play with me. You know?
Absolutely.
I think I said the president from day one that it don't go that way. But again, I say 80% or more of what I do is in the church. Not saying
That was at the church. No,
exactly. Not saying that's not included. But you got more to lose if you are in the church realm and you come at me and I expose you versus the secular realm. It's a pat on the back. So because I'm in that, I don't have to deal with that too much. But you get everything. I've gotten all from, you know, I've had people, the woman ain't supposed to take authority over a man. I was like, oh, boy. You really just applied that almost scripture to comedy?
Right.
So, and just the arts in general.
Right.
We a lot of times we kind of label what one gender should do and what another gender should do. Right. And I've always been that extra one. I'm as a musician, I'm a brass player. I'm a classically trained trumpet, trombone, and baritone player. So
Really?
all my friends were running for flutes and clarinets, but I was running for some sound. Like if I'm gonna be on this field, y'all gonna hear me.
Yeah.
And then I'm also a drummer, so I've been in male-dominated industries and male-dominated groups a lot. So I'm used to being the only female. I was born for this. I'm the only girl, so it's just like I know how to hold my own amongst men because my daddy didn't play that. It just is what it is. If you know my daddy, you will understand. So I was kind of raised by my dad, my uncles, my brothers, to look out for certain things in men, and I see it a mile away. So I kind of know how to protect myself in that aspect. And if I know if it goes too far, all I gotta do is cuckoo, and you know it'll it'll be well. But just it's just the society we live in. Misogyny is strong with a lot of people, and it's trickled down to comedy as well. If a male comedian says something, it's good. If a female comedian says that same joke, oh, she aggressive.
Yep.
She masculine.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, she taking the feminine. She taking the you strong women like you, making strong men like me look bad. I'm like, not if you're a strong man. So it's that, and the level of intimidation. I had guys that got mad because I was the closer, and they went and changed that right before the show. Whoa! And all I can remember was that scene on what's that? I can't think. James Brown movie where he's James Brown, but I think it was the Beatles. It was the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. Don't get me. It was one. It was the Rolling Stones that came, and because they were the Rolling Stones, they had to close. So James Brown was like, okay, well then he was James Brown. You can't come behind James Brown as what y'all was playing pop, and he is James Brown in his heyday.
That's right.
Like with the good heroin, like that James Brown, like nose running James Brown, you can't outdo that. So it was kind of like he because of his name, and I guess he had a little more exposure. He went and talked to the producer and was like, ain't no woman gonna close and flip the script, and it went bad for him. People were getting up and leaving.
Wow.
They were like, he the last one. Like, all right.
Wow.
You know, and it was bad.
Wow.
So he has since repented. Cause that was at least 10 years ago.
Wow.
So, and came to me like,
That's
you know,
deep.
you all right. You know, I'm like, yeah, you should have stayed in your lane. Your lane was coming before me, but
Right.
you the man. Close
Right.
it. So,
Right.
you know, we evolve. There's some things I did 10 years ago that I wouldn't do anymore.
Yeah.
Hence the joke he wants me to do, and I'm not about to get canceled. I don't have the energy to get canceled because words and things I did 10 years ago.
I heard that.
Them words is not appropriate no more.
Girl, you suck.
And my filter's still set up like a senior citizen. I still say words that have me canceled. So, hey, I can't say nothing anymore. You know?
I cannot.
Facts. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yo.
That's good.
So for all three of y'all, right? This is about the career and the philosophy of clean in general. Okay, so what made you decide to pursue clean comedy in an industry often filled with profanity? And also, do you feel that the content and the jokes are limited or boosted based off of its creativity?
Can you repeat that second part? Because I was on critical thinking for the first part.
Okay.
But then you hit that
Go
second.
ahead.
Can you repeat that last line? that
Okay,
last part?
do you feel limited by the content of your jokes?
Right.
Or does it boost your creativity?
Oh.
Yep.
I can go on that one. I would say, to answer your first question, what made me go clean? I am an ordained minister. I'm a pastor, so I kind of didn't have an option. You know, if you wanted to not get kicked out of the church, couldn't be up here. Everybody lift your hands and tell God thank you. And I just cussed all y'all out Saturday night. So that was the
I
reason.
don't know. I think today's time is a little different.
What'd you say?
I said I think today's time is slightly
Oh,
different.
I know today's time is slightly is much different, but I'm a little old school. I'm like the last part of the old school. Like these breeches I'm wearing today would have got me in hell 20 years ago, based on how I was raised. So cussing, really, they would have set me down. I've been sitting in all white and burlap, fooling around with the elders, and I came up in under the church. And although I respect the church, I've evolved so much since then, and I still serve that role. But God has given me what I like to call work-life balance, work-church balance, and knowing how to adjust from season to season. And I will say, and for the last part of your critical thinking question, is I feel that we're funnier because sometimes we can't curse. I watch national, international comedians, and they will say bland, just not funny stuff, but they'll color it up with cursing. And I feel too, as clean comedians, we have to work a little bit harder.
That's
and
right.
then especially when you do church comedy. I do, like I said, majority of what I do is in the church.
Yep.
It's even harder because one, nobody's drunk.
Yep. That's right.
Well,
don't supposed
you
to.
know, it probably is. There's a couple of them are drunk, but you know, they're not people serving drinks. Drinks are being served.
Right.
Let me just say that. So drinks are being served. Then your demographic, your age demographic is much more vast. In comedy shows and comedy clubs and secular venues, you usually have a certain age demographic. You may have like 30 to 50-year-olds,
That's right.
18 to 35-year-olds.
Right,
In the
right.
church, we got babies to 100Fs, you know, all in there, you trying to laugh. Next thing is, most churches, I came up in the time, we ain't had the lights off. They wouldn't turn. I was like the era of the first clean comedians in church, the first church comedians, not clean comedians, because clean comedians go back, Bill Cosby, Jerry Seinfeld, Sinbad.
That's right.
But we were like the first church comedians.
That's right,
When
that's
the
right.
church got a little...
That's right.
The church started letting their hair down. So being rebuked that you ain't supposed to be doing that. I could say a joke, like I tell certain jokes about people in the Bible, and it was like, oh yeah, you're going to hell. You don't
That's
talk
right.
about
That's right.
Mary, the mother of
right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God gave me the joke, man. Chill out.
Exactly.
So I feel that the fact that I am clean, it causes more creativity.
That's right.
And more exposure, because now I can go places that I couldn't go if I cursed. And like
That's
I
right.
said, I probably could not be able to do both. I'm a mix up. This is a G-rated show or R-rated show, and I'll be done cussed out the wrong person. So that ain't. So it causes me to be much more creative with the joke, because the joke has to be funny without any of the chasers or any of the extras. So
That's good.
for me, it pushes creativity.
That's right. What you got, little sis?
I definitely think it pushes creativity. I did clean. I started doing comedy in church, and I'm on the praise team, and I lead worship, and I never wanted to have that mic in my hand and forget where I was. So I was like, God, I know I've messed up in a lot of areas, but I won't embarrass you here. That was always like what I would say. So I just stuck with it, and I do believe it sparks your creativity, and it's refreshing to be. I've been at the Comedy Zone where 9 other comedians or 6, 7, however many on the show, and they done cussed and talked about all kind of stuff. And I've had people come to me after the show like, you didn't cuss. Wait, you was funny. You didn't cuss one time. So it's refreshing. And it extends your vocabulary because I can find a word, like look in the dictionary. You can make up your own words. You can find these words. And language is funny, and if you present it correctly, it's gonna be funny, and it still be clean.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Right. So I just think it sparks creativity. And honestly, and people have asked me that before, I don't feel like being clean has stopped me from anything. What God wants for me, I'm gonna have, and can't nobody stop it. It have been doors open that have been tried to close in my face that have been kicked down. You know what I mean? Because I'm supposed to be there. So I feel like I don't feel like I'm missing anything not cussing. And we can do the church, and then we can do a corporate event.
Corporate events. That's
you know what I mean? So
and they're gonna ask you to send footage. And
I ain't gotta be like, wait,
clean footage.
Hold up, let me find something. Here you go right here. Yep.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. That's good stuff. Man, as far as with me, I just started doing clean, I think it was I thought about it in 2008 when I was at the Comedy Zone. And I was like, man, you know what? I got tired of cussing, because, and I don't have nothing against it. I think it's hilarious, really. I watch it on, it'd be funny to me, ain't gonna lie to you. I love it, But to me, I was like, you know what? I want to do something different, right? I want to be able to see it to a point that I can do one thing and be able to do it everywhere. You can't be dirty everywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you can be clean everywhere. And so I said, man, you know what? I'm going to go in and do clean. Then I went and started doing church. And one thing, remember I was telling you before, Leroy, is a lot of times people don't know the difference between being clean and being a Christian comic. Because sometimes you could be a clean comic and still be dirty. As far as church, I know. So then you start learning the difference. The difference of it is when I started understanding Christian comedy, I knew that I had to incorporate the Bible a lot inside my jokes. I knew I had to talk about the choir, and I had to talk about the deacons, and had to talk about certain scriptures, and man, because it's a true story, man. I laugh a lot, man, because one of my favorite cartoons was the Smurfs. And then I looked at Papa Smurf and how you see different Smurfs, Handyman, Brady Smurf, but he also had the one that made everybody laugh, right? That Smurf, that his job was make everybody laugh. And I think that's how God sees us. So when I read the Bible, truthfully, I read the Bible to get education. I read the Bible to get jokes too. I'll be like, man, you know what? This part is kind of funny right here, bro. I mean, come on now. I mean, you really think that a brother would be cool with Mary saying she pregnant by the Holy Spirit? You know what I'm saying? You think he gonna let that ride? You think he gonna? So it's like, but God gave us he gave us this, right? So being able to make church people laugh. This is no lie, man. I'm not saying this because this the era that we in, the area we in. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I think being a church comic is the hardest comics out of all of them. There's no lie. It's one of the most hardest because gotta understand something. People are easy to be offended. Very easy to be offended. And guess what? It's a lot of things that you got to be careful what you say. So there's a lot of movement. You got to move your body. You got to sometimes you got to sing hymns. You got to work your butt off inside of a church. You hear me? You got to really work. When I started the Comedy Zone, when I got the microphone, I said, "What's up?" They laughing. Oh, that was funny. He said, "What's up?" But inside the church, man, you got to realize, man, ain't nothing but some darn Diet Pepsi in these people, man. You know what I'm saying? So they need, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to bring it. So to me, I think being a clean comic, man, is hard, and that's why a lot of people really don't like going in this era, you know what I'm saying? Because of, it's complicated, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fight, there's so much stuff that you can't use. Like, for instance, our job is to make everybody laugh just like Cat Williams did, right? But we can't cuss. Can you imagine all the comics right now that cuss a lot? And you tell them, okay, you got to go on stage, bro. You can't say not one cuss word. You know how hard they'll be? It's hard. It's almost like somebody asked me. They said how can you explain clean comedy to comedy with cuss words? I said clean comedy is almost like having food with no seasoning inside of it. There's no seasoning in it, right? But guess what? You still got to serve that meal to a point for them to eat it. Comedy with jokes and cussing, guess what? They got all kind of seasoning. It tastes good. It tastes real good. You know what I'm saying? But our job is to serve the same entree with no seasoning, but you got to serve it to a point to make them want to eat it. It ain't easy, man. It's not easy. That's why a lot of people can't do it.
And see, and then on top of that, you also have the topic as well. You can't hit certain topics when you're doing clean either.
No, you can't. You gotta be very careful with certain things you talk about, politics, whatever. It's a lot of different eras, man. I ain't lying, man. It's certain times when I got on stage, sometimes as being a Christian comic, sometimes you question yourself, like, should I tell this joke? Should I do this? I mean, for real. Like, when I was in the comedy zone, I ain't even care. It's been a pop. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. But, man, when you in a church, man, you be literally, unless it's a church that you used to, they done seen you, now you feel good.
Yeah.
But if it's a church that this their first time seeing you, you like, man, oh Lord, man. And I done been there before where I remember I got a joke I say to single women. I say, single women, God's gonna send you your Boaz, but make sure he's a bow and not a. Then I shut up. Then somebody said, you should have said that. You should have did that now. Come on now. And I'm like, what? And when they said that, it took over the whole set, right?
And everybody got deep.
And everybody got real deep. And then after I got off stage, the choir sung a praise and worship song. Like, what in the world?
That's something about church comedy. Especially, you never know where they're going to
place you.
I remember being placed up after this dude did prayer. I'm talking about people on the floor, on the altar, crying. Coming up next, Jenn Weeks. Absolutely not.
I got one word.
I'm not going to tussle with the Holy Spirit, baby. Y'all got it. So and I remember hearing you say it later, AJ, like, sometimes you have to be the comedian, but you also might have to be the worship leader because you don't know where they're putting you. You don't know where they're putting you.
Yeah, that's why two things. I don't like emceeing. That's why that's Charlie's job. Because I'm like, if y'all get up here and be tore up all over the floor, I'm supposed to just step over your bodies and be like, yeah, we gonna have, because you hired me as a comedian, not a preacher, so I gotta watch that flow. Then, you got that. But the worst place I've ever been put was after communion. And I was like, I said, can I get a program? And I looked, and it was like Holy Communion. Moment of laughter, Lady AJ. I'm like, all y'all is going to hell. So can y'all just bump me up a few notches and do communion last?
Oh, man.
Who approved this program? And it was like, they were wearing white and all that. I was like, who? So I made that a practice to, on my form, what is the event? What is it? Because they'll say it's a pastor's anniversary, which is, I do a lot of pastor's anniversries, but put me on the banquet night. Not the communion
That's
night.
right. That's right.
So they'll place you just about anywhere.
Yeah, and then also being a Christian comic, a lot of times, because like the past 15 years, whatnot, churches is really trying to get engaged to bringing Christian comedy. So, not to take up too much for them, but a lot of them really don't know how the flow really go. So a lot of times when they book us, we have to really help them.
Tell them what.
Because I remember one time I got booked, they was like, yeah, we're going to have you during dinner. So I'm going to be, so you got me telling jokes while everybody going to eat. What you think? I said, so sometimes you have to help.
Yeah, you have to tell them.
You have to help them out because a lot of times they don't even know. They're like, all we know is we want you. Well, ma'am, normally.
How long you want your set? About an hour. On a Sunday morning?
Right.
No.
I just had this conversation. About an hour.
Then I'm going to tell you the main one they'll say to you. I had somebody try to book me. They said, hey, we want you for 30 minutes. I said, say less. I got you. They said, so you're going to come up for 10 minutes. Then you're going to stop. And then you're going to come back another 10 minutes. I said, ma'am, I'm not finna reset that thermostat for you 3 times. When I'm up there, I'm setting the thermostat up and I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna set it, then come back and set it again.
And they got a quartet.
I'm biting y'all for the third time.
Between you.
Right.
That
And now
happened to
they
me one
back down.
day.
Now you gotta crank them back up. Like,
I was placed behind a quartet one time, and it was like a real quartet. Like, them still had their curls, they had the matching suits, and they sung
Jerry.
"I Fly Away," and the whole group was
I know you know.
fly away. They was doing this like the whole time, right? So I'm coming up as a comedian after that, and it's taking everything in me to not talk about them because I don't, it's a little small church. They all related, probably, So it was bad. And I'm just like, dang, I can't be funny.
You couldn't even give me nothing like that. I'm
I know you would. You would have went right there.
Right.
I can see you now. Keep that music going.
Yes,
absolutely.
Like it took them 5 minutes to march to their seats because they was flying.
What was it? I did. Jen had a show that was at the radio station, I think, and there was was that the guy who said he was a truck driver?
Yes.
I hope you're not watching,
Yeah,
sir.
if he watching, you a truck driver, homie. But I ran on that. That was
That was one of my sponsors too.
Oh, you probably watching, sir.
He was like, yeah, because I'm a truck driver. I was like, what are you getting? A truck driver?
Oh, I know.
You remember that? You remember they went in up there.
I was like, oh, you shouldn't have gave me
I
that.
was there.
That was an alley-oop for me. That was a cool 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But you put me in front of a quartet and they doing "I Fly Away." Oh,
Listen.
man. I'm
They
like,
were going
ooh.
for the jugular.
Listen. And I just try to remember because the church is very sensitive. Like I said, we were like the original era of church comedians.
Facts.
And you got to realize you performing for people that some grew up, could not go to the movies, couldn't get their hair colored, couldn't cut their hair, couldn't listen to the radio. So now you bring in the stuff that they had to sneak and watch Richard Pryor. Right. Now you bringing a comedian in the church, and especially if you're in a certain church, you right there by that communion table.
That's right.
The deacons sit over there writing a list, waiting. She touched the table. Right. She said Holy Ghost. Then you got the denominational wars.
Absolutely.
You don't know
be like,
the culture of the church.
I told a baptism joke one time and forgot. The church is torn between whether we gonna baptize in the name of Jesus or Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. I remember getting up there, I was like, hey, what y'all do? Is y'all Father, Son, and Holy Ghost or Jesus before I go in this next joke? I need to know before y'all get mad.
Absolutely,
and you trying to baptize me after church.
Right.
Ain't no question, man. You kind of deal with a lot of different things, man, when you do it, for the kingdom. For some reason, man, it's a little more complicated because we have to look at certain things, what people may say or what they may do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love it. I still love it. There's nothing I change about it. The only thing that I can say that I learned a lot by being a Christian comic is that you got to have patience. Mm-hmm. You got to have patience in what you're doing, and you got to believe in what you're doing. Establish yourself. Another thing about being a comic like how we do it, you gonna have to create yourself. Movement, you gotta move your body a lot. There's a lot of different things that we have to do to get the joke out. Just getting on stage, telling a joke, a lot of times they ain't gonna kick it. We gotta kind of build the joke. We gotta sell the joke. It's a lot harder versus to being a comic that you able, as we know it by colors, a dark blue comic, right? Mm-hmm. That you can cuss or whatever. Versus like we say, I'm light blue, PG is G. Mm-hmm. It's a little more complicated. But at the same time, I heard Eddie Murphy say something that made sense. He said that he made more money by doing rated G movies than he did when he made Harlem Nights, because guess what? If I make a rated G movie, Timmy want to come, but guess who got to bring Timmy? His parents. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So that's 3 tickets right there. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that is evolving with doing things the clean way. Mm-hmm. It just takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, before we close out this particular podcast in reference to the Clean Getaway Comedy Show, how are you all planning sets for the upcoming show? Like, I know I'm going through the process of like how I'm going to say stuff, and I'm in the mirror and I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. What's y'all process as far as y'all setting up y'all set for the show?
My biggest part is getting down the aisle and still having wind. I've been working on my cardio because I'm a little chunky.
I'm done.
So, and I like to do a lot of movement. That's a big old stage. I got to practice working the whole stage, or working most of it, not just standing in one spot sometimes. So I'm working on my wind. I know that the joke's going to flow. The atmosphere going to be there. It's going to be created. I'm just trying to get down the aisle and up the stairs without doing... when I get to the mic. So I'm doing a little cardio. Did about 19 jumping jacks this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. And I drank some water.
That's an exact number, 19.
Yeah, 19 jumping jacks this morning and 3
She want
squats.
to take it too far and go to 20. Okay.
19. That's as much as I
Gotta
can
pace
do.
yourself.
But the goal was 15, so I did 4 more.
Come
See,
on.
your goal might be
Overachiever.
20. Mine was 15. I did 19.
I think I'm going through I have new stuff. I have stuff that I've added to. So just trying to filter through, am I going to do this and what I'm going to take it into, and then leaving room for what I leave room for random, because it might be something I see in the audience on the way to the stage, or that happens while I'm on stage. So, and now that you say that, working that stage, yeah, because that's a big stage.
Yeah, they done renovated it.
Yeah. Shoot. So we got we can march back and forth, and we get some cardio.
I asked him, I said, can we come from the side stage? No, y'all gonna come from the back. Ooh, child. And in heels.
I think it's just I don't feel the pressure of the jokes, 'cause I know it's gonna come out good.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be a good show, and the energy is always there. Because sometimes you have people there who they won't come to a comedy club show because they don't know what they're gonna get. Whereas here, they know it's gonna be clean, so it's always a good environment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that I don't even think about the jokes as much as like the other stuff. I just know it's gonna be a good show.
So it's that cardio. I'm thinking about the cardio more. I know the joke's gonna come.
Yeah,
Because it's just like comedy is like any other ministry. When you flow, you're in that atmosphere, it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
It's just gonna. I mean, you're gonna have some stuff prepared, but when you get out there and now you feel that audience, we have a very good audience. They cheering you up from the hallway.
I'm talking, and they don't stop. You up there with the mic in your hand.
They're standing on their hand. You get
right.
standing ovations.
Yeah.
You getting smiles. You getting that embrace. So it's a whole different culture, even amongst us. Most times for this show, this is one of the only shows I know that when you finish your set, you go sit in the back and look for everybody.
right.
We watch everybody else. So it's almost like, yeah, I want to close, but I kind of want to watch y'all show too. So wherever you place, it's just like, yeah, we good. So we had that kind of, once we finish, it's his time. I want to go see what he's doing. So that atmosphere even brings us closer as comedians. So it's a great experience. I'm just happy to see everybody. I'm happy to see everybody in one piece.
That's good.
Because we've been through a lot. And whether you know it or not, whether we post about it or not, we've been through a lot. And just to see everybody still in one piece, that's the blessing for me. So
that's good. And truthfully, man, let me say this too. When I wanted to put the big shows together, one of the main reasons why I really wanted to do it is because one of my aunties came to me before. She said, "When can I see you perform?" I'm like, "Huh?" And what she said made sense, because a lot of us do a lot of churches and like they private engagements. And so sometimes you want to have an event where your friends and family can come to, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I want to have a church, say I'm doing an AME church. Hey, mom, I'm going to be over there. No, that's for them. You know what I mean? That's not for y'all to come. That's for them. So it's good to have something that everybody can come to, right? And then as far as the actual set, man, a lot of times when I write my jokes, some jokes I actually redo. I trim or whatever. Then there's some jokes that I'll throw out there that, but truthfully, being a comic, man, we kind of got in mind, like with me, I kind of know what I'm gonna say, but I also got some inside the holster, just in case if I say this and that don't work, then I already got something to throw out. And then sometimes, you got some, like, for me, I always take I always call mine a rifle. And my rifle is jokes that I done told before that I know gonna work. And if I have to use it, even though you may have heard it 10 times, you gonna hear it for the 11th. If I have to use it, I got an assault rifle on me at all times, And as comics, sometimes, we know what jokes is gonna do it. We know exactly, but I ain't gonna lie, when we got brand new jokes,
It hit different.
We got our hand on the holster just in
Every
case.
time, every time.
Just in case this ain't gonna work.
Right.
Y'all gonna hear about getting whooping snakes.
The rebound is powerful.
Hey, y'all gonna hear about these whooping snakes.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, so it's
I can sell that.
yeah, so it's like that when you got brand new jokes, man. That's the hardest part because you don't know how it's gonna go over. See, at the Zone, we used to have workshop and everything, you know what I'm saying, and all that, so we can try it out on each other. But what's funny about the workshops, real quick, is that it's hard to tell a joke in front of another comic.
In front of a room of comedians.
Man, because you don't know if it's gonna go on. Like you can tell everybody be like this right here, man.
Yeah.
And then they sit up there and try to tell you, maybe you may have tried to put this here and then put it there. I'm like, I didn't tell it.
And then they take the joke.
Oh Lordy!
But that's one of the benefits of this good old internet is that I can show me doing that joke back in 12.
They ain't lying. Come on.
And you just got it in 20.
Come on. I know
Hey,
what you're
I
saying.
ain't calling no names,
saying.
but I hope you watch.
We gonna leave it there. We gonna leave it right there, little sis. I know exactly what you're talking about and who you talking about. But it's gonna be a good show, y'all. We gonna have a great. We gonna.
It's getting rowdy.
That's what hell.
Boy, she done talk about our past manager. She done talk about. Boy, she done got on everybody.
But I don't lie. You even hot or cold with me. Everybody I don't fool with is not a surprise.
Come on, baby. Come on. That's my little sis, though, man. Right.
That's all the one lady AJ, baby. On the one. Okay.
Absolutely, man. But check it.
I love all y'all, but some of y'all I ain't gonna see again until we get to heaven. Yeah, keep that distance.
Hey, man, but check it, man. Hey, man, it's going to be a great night, man. From the start to the finish, for people who's coming for your very first time, real talk, man, you are in for a treat. From the start to the finish, the doors open at 6 o'clock. DJ King Ron, man, he do his thing up until 7, man, and then, man, we get started. So you talking about, seriously, man, almost 3 hours, man, worth, for wholesome fun, man. Yeah. I mean, everybody is enjoying themselves. You got people from different churches, man. You know what I'm saying? And the real funny part about it, too, man, is being a comic, I said to myself, we got them one of the most powerful gifts because we can bring people from different churches together. Yeah. Because you know how it was back in the day when we treat church like an organized gang.
Yep.
We ain't hanging around here. Y'all go out and we don't fellowship with them. Yeah, man. But to do what we do, to be able to bring churches from all churches coming through, bro, it's real. Now, who else can do that? A pastor can't really do that. He can't really say it. She can't say, hey, I'm going to do something and all the churches going to come. They're going to say, no, we ain't going to be able to do that. So to be able to have a gift that can bring all together. That show you straightforward. God bringing somebody to let you know it's one God, one faith, one baptism. And he's doing that through comics.
In Jesus' name.
Come on, you can't tell me God ain't good. Now, he's doing it through comics. Now, come on now. What other group of set of people can bring a lot of people? I mean, bro, real talk, I'm going to be 100 because we real love everybody, man. There's going to be all kind of scent. You're going to smell Avon, you're going to smell weed, you're going to smell everything. You're going to smell all that when you come up in that thing. There's going to be all sorts of people.
Brute.
There, you're going to smell it all. Old spikes, you're going to smell everything when you come up in there.
Cool filter kings.
Hey, but everybody in there for the same purpose, man, to laugh.
And myrrh.
That's it. That's it, bro.
Cool water. I got that cool.
Oh, I see you. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, before we go, I want to go ahead and go around the room and let everybody plug what they got going on, how they can get in contact with you if they want to book you off for a show. Also, advise what your social media is going to be, and then I'll let Bone end it with the information about the Clean Getaway comedy show. So we'll start with you, Jen. Go ahead.
What I have coming up, of course, a Clean Getaway comedy show that will be on April 4th. And then Therapy. It is the last Leroy's comedy special, which will be June 18th at the Comedy Zone. So for more information on those, Jenn Weeks on all social media, and my website is Jenn Weeks.
All right.
Lady AJ, I'm a little bit more on social media than Funny Bone. So he light blue. I'm medium light blue. I post about 3 times a year. But I'm the Lady AJ on Facebook, on Instagram. I have the Clean Comedy Show, and like I said, majority of what I do is private shows. Yep. So I really can't invite y'all to people family reunion and they wedding and they private women's conference. Facts, but when I do have public events, I do, and I thank all those private agencies, churches, and organizations for inviting me.
Facts.
All right.
Yo, man, you know, we got this big show coming up April the 4th, a clean getaway. That's going to be a piped house. Real talk, man. We basically, we pretty much sold out, man. I mean, we up there. It's loaded, man. It's surprising that how many people want to hear clean comedy. First of all, how many people that's really hungry for some clean laughter, man. So I got that popping. Going to be a powerful lineup, man, from the start to the finish, man. We're going to use this thing like a relay team. Going to keep passing that baton, man. And then afterwards, we're going to love on everybody, take pictures and all that afterwards and whatnot. To contact me, man, straightforward. Ain't on social media, so you can go to my website at funnyboneharris.net. You can go to the booking link, man. You book me. You get with me like that. The good part about me, man, I'm a touchable person, so I do like to talk to people straight up. I do have an agency that has A to Z Entertainment. That's comedianspeaker.com. But they get mad at me sometimes because sometimes I do like to talk to people myself to kind of fill them out and see what they're looking for. Sometimes agencies could be straight to the point. The fee is this. Do you want it or not? So being that you're doing this thing for God, man, you got to have some kind of conversation with them, man. So I do understand that portion. And then Leroy, man, we're going to represent you as well, man, in June, right? We're going to rock with you in June, man, up to the Comedy Zone, right? So we're going to do that thing there. So looking forward to it. We're going to bring some church fans up inside the Comedy Zone, man, and have a good time with you. And lastly, man, let me say this. Most of the comments, man, when we have shows and somebody call one of us and we book, a lot of times we do spread the love.
Absolutely.
And that's powerful.
Absolutely.
That's powerful. I think I done called a lot of people and say, hey, what you doing on so-and-so? You know, and truthfully, I love doing that because of that's just showing you the kind of crew that you have with you, man, for real, to be able, showing you how much that you trust in one another because you ain't going to send somebody a show that you don't trust. You see what I'm saying? So to be able to, you know, I said Jenn, and I ain't doing this no more ever again. And this Mama McKinney. Mama McKinney, if you're watching in Orlando, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm mad at you. I sent Miss Jenn a show before in Orlando, man. And a lady, I called my mama. I called the mama with me. That was deep. And I never talked to her again. Ever since I said Jenn. So you gotta be careful when you put on shows too, y'all. They may take your business, but no, man, it's all good, man. That was a wild bite too. I called Mama McKinney to check on her. And she even answered the phone. You know, she even answered the phone. Yeah, I said, man, Jenn stole my mama. Jenn stole me. But man, and then Lady AJ as well, man. Always look out for Jay. They always look out for me. They got stuff going on. Leroy, yourself, or whatnot. So it's good to have that brotherhood and sisterhood of comedy. And that's one thing that I really want to do as well, man, for us to have a brotherhood and a sisterhood, man, because a lot of comics, man, for real, this is me being 100 with you, being an African-American, any kind of entertainer. If you think about it, man, real quick, you don't see the East Coast versus the West Coast in country singing. It's always, a lot of times, it's us going after one another. It's always to a point if we doing something, for some reason the enemy come in and make it be competition. We got to compete with each other instead of completing each other. We in competition, you know what I'm saying? And that's real, you know, that's real talk. And so my main thing, I said, man, I want to kill that, you know what I'm saying? For us to cheer for each other, help each other out, you know what I'm saying, and all that, and beat up each other when the time is needed, man. And that's what it's about. That's what I want to do.
All right, y'all. So I want to first and foremost thank all three of you all for coming through to do the podcast.
We thank you, man.
For the platform.
Man, you looking good too, Leroy. Leroy, man, you look good, man. You look y'all trimmed up. Boy, I see that beard. Boy, I wish they could see you, bro. I wish you could put the microphone on you, put a camera on you. I wish the camera could be on you.
My camera ain't got no memory card. I haven't done that. But nonetheless, I want to thank all of y'all for coming through and doing the interview so we can go ahead and let people know that we're going to be preparing for next year's show. So y'all watching this, because I believe this show already is just about sold out. So y'all better get in contact with Funny Bone and be ready for next year's show, because we're going to be going ahead doing it bigger than exactly what it is now.
Come on with it.
I do have my show coming up. It's called Therapy. That's at the Comedy Show. And a lot of people going to be shocked. about the content and how it's being delivered to them. So I want you all to be well prepared when y'all get y'all tickets. But nonetheless, we are already getting prepared for April 4th, the Clean Getaway. Funny Bone, what is it? Funny Bone Entertainment? Is that what it is?
It's Funny Bone. Hold on, man. And let me say, it's Funny Bone, the experience. And I came up with Funny Bone experience a long time ago. But I heard it a lot of times, but Funny Bone experience, man.
Okay.
And then when you got a Funny Bone experience, it's experience like none other, man. It's one that everybody get together, man, and we show love. That's what it's about, man.
All right.
And we family, man. That's what it's about, man. We are family.
All right. Yep. So I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in, and make sure that y'all tune into the Anger Management Podcast that'll be coming up again this Sunday. So we'll be getting to talk about, for all y'all that don't know exactly what the Anger Management Podcast is about, it's about the mental health of men and us being fellowship with one another to help build up our own mental health. So that way we ain't got it, because men out here committing suicides at a high rate. So we need to have our own men's group and deal with our issues amongst each other and be able to get it out in a positive and in a safe environment for all men to be able to get our issues out with. So thank you all for tuning once again, and y'all have yourself a good night. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.